Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Now, yes, I know uploads haven't been very frequent recently, but I have been super busy and there's just been so much going on. I genuinely haven't really had much time to actually do filming, do stuff like that. I do apologise. Right, so in this video, what we're basically going to do is, I'm going to update you on everything that's happened so far on the Corsa, because there is some things I've done off camera, and I will show you that. It's just those things that are not worth doing a video on, if that makes sense. So, yeah. And also in this video we're going to do some work on the Speedo, because basically the Speedo that's in my car is actually a cable driven Speedo. It's a really early one from the early Corsa Bs in the like 1993, around that time I think, and it's a boring black Speedo. I did put this white fascia on it, but it looks terrible and it looks awful. So what I've basically gone and done is I purchased a sport Speedo from a 1.6 Sport with orange needles and all that kind of stuff, and it just looks a lot better. So I completely stripped down the 1.6 Sport Speedo, and we're going to install all the parts from that Speedo onto the cable driven Speedo. So basically what I'll have is a 1.6 Sport Speedo, but it's cable driven, so it's compatible with my car. And good news, we have everything we need to get the Corsa finished, and I'll show you that now. So yeah, we have a pulley. So actually guys, it was this bit here we needed, so I bought this separately, and yes, I have my alloy pulley installed onto it, so that's good. So this can now go on, so that means we can get the timing belt on. And also, yes, we have a full set of lifters as well, so that means we can get the camshaft on, timing belt kit on, all that kind of good stuff. So yeah, progress will happen soon. So I'll quickly nip out to the Corsa. I'll show you the little niggly bits that has been done off camera. The interior is a bit of a mess at the moment because it's all kind of stripped down because I was doing stuff, and yeah. So, but don't worry, everything will be getting back together soon once I acquire the interior parts that I need. But anyway, let me show you what I've done so far. So yeah, she's actually up on axle stands at the moment because yet again I was doing work on the front suspension. So as you can see here, previously, I'll put a picture on screen, but these lower control arms were actually the wrong way round. So both sides are on the correct way round, installed with brand new bolts, the correct ones as well. So that's all good, because I think the reason they were the wrong way round is because the car previously had an F28 gearbox in it, and they must have done that to try and clear something, I don't know. But anyway, that's rectified now, so let me show you something else. As I said, the interior is a bit of a shithole at the moment, but I'll tell you why in a minute. So yes, we have the AM wideband installed as well. I just need to actually get an earth. So I have power, I need to find an earth somewhere for it, just to try and get a proper earth. I might need to extend the wiring to somewhere down here so it gets a proper earth and it works properly. So that's all good there. That's AM wideband. Where it is at the moment is temporary. I'm actually hoping to get a boost gauge pod here once I find one eventually. And yeah, obviously the Speedo has been removed. That's in the house. We will do that shortly. And as you can see, there's the cable that goes to the gearbox. So, as you can see, yeah, all the kind of heater trim has been removed. And, well, the reason for that being, well, let's just say, right, one night when I was bored, I tried to install the AM wideband into one of the air vents, and it didn't go to plan. Things got broken, and yeah, it just didn't go to plan. So I abandoned that idea, and I did something a little bit different. So yes, this might not be everyone's taste, but I thought I'd just try it to see how I like it. I resprayed the bit that goes here, which I think will look quite nice really. It's obviously an Arden blue, which is the same colour as the car, and the finish on it is really, really good. It took me hours to prepare this for painting, so it's all smooth and done properly. So yeah, that'll go there. Well, obviously all the knobs are back on. I need to get more vents because I kind of broke them by accident, so that's why this is still in pieces. I'm tempted guys, to do the this bit here in the same colour. I'm not going mental with colours, but I think a little bit of Arden blue in the interior will work wonders. The same with the steering wheel. This is a proper genuine leather steering wheel. I do like it, but I kind of want the interior looking a little bit kind of different. So I'm tempted to get a deep dish steering wheel or OMP one, something aftermarket, because with this in torque steering I will definitely need a kind of better steering wheel to hold on to. Right, so I think that's you guys brought up on everything that's happened so far. So now let's go in the house and get all the kind of sport parts of the Speedo put onto the original Speedo that came out of the car. So let's crack on. Right guys, I'm actually in the kitchen now, so I hope you can hear me because it's kind of echoey in here. Anyway, so this is where we're at. This is the Sport Speedo completely stripped down to its bare kind of structure really. So yeah, everything here is going onto that speedo. So you've got obviously your rev counter there, speedo, temperature gauge, fuel gauge, your needles, and obviously the sport kind of fascia. It looks completely different to your original one, which is like more flat and it's black. And as I was saying about this white bit, I really don't like it. It's all kind of like weird, and I don't know, I just do not like it at all. So I want to keep the car kind of OEM and kind of like retro. That's why we're going with this one. With that being said, let's strip down this and get all that on. So the first thing we're going to do is remove this plastic bit here. It's held on by little kind of plastic tabs around the edges. They're really not difficult to find. If you do this yourself, you'll easily manage. So I'm going to set up the camera and we'll crack on. Right, so the first thing we need to do now is to remove the needles. So obviously, you know, your needles here. Now how you do that is, you get yourself 2 spoons and kind of like put them underneath the needle and kind of like hook them up the way. This is the best method I have found to remove them, and if you're careful, you can't go wrong. So let's do this and crack on. So the next thing we want to do is to remove all the bits here. Now how you remove these is, there's 2 tiny screws, 2 there and 2 there. Now these ones, there's 2 little tabs at the top which you need to like either break or just kind of pry away. Then it should pop off. Plus there's 2 little kind of locating pins down there. And it's the same on this side as well. This one, this bit here can stay in place. It should just kind of gently kind of pull over the top of this, and this bit should slide off. So that being said, let's crack on. Right guys, sorry I actually skipped that part by accident. I'd actually remove this bit separate from the plastic because I didn't want to damage or break this bit here. So this is just a bit, this is just this bit. Whereas on this one, I've got the plastic, so I'm going to separate this bit from obviously the plastic part. Anyway, let's crack on. Right, that is the cable driven Speedo completely stripped down, and interesting to see a comparison really. There's your electronic one, and there's not that much difference really. Anyway, so now the plan is we'll put all this on to my Speedo. Right, so the only problem I've found so far is that on the 1.2 clocks or whatever, the cable driven ones, they're just looking at like needle thing pointing up, which I'm assuming is what the thing rests on. I'm not sure if that'll be a problem or not. I might have to remove that because that's the only way we're really going to get this to work. So I'm not too sure if that needs to be there or not. So yeah, and go away, have a think, and come back. Right, I've got the first 2 ones on, and there's been only one problem so far. And can you tell what it is yet? Yep, it's the kind of mileage bit here. Now, I don't know what the crack is, but basically, I'm not sure you can see here on camera, but like this bit here on the kind of 1.2 bit is a bit different to this 1.6 one. I'm not gonna lie, I couldn't care less like what the kind of odometer reads down here. Because I mean, that car will drink fuel like a lot. I don't really care less. It's all about miles per gallon. So I'm not bothered about that whatsoever. The fact that you can't see like how much miles you've done to a tank of fuel, I mean, I couldn't care less. but you can still see the actual mileage, no problem at all. That's just perfect. So the only thing I had to do, I had to make a small hole for this little kind of needle to come through, which the actual round needle sits on. So apart from that, the fitment is okay. So things are going well. So I'm gonna set up the camera and we'll get on the temperature gauge and the fuel gauge. So let's crack on. And there we go. And there we have it, one cable driven Speedo converted to a sport style Speedo, and that looks so much better. I think we'll agree. Everything actually fits really well, to be honest. I mean, that's why I love Corsa Bs. Like, everything is like Lego. Everything fits each other, like no problem at all. But yeah, there's a bit for the Speedo cable. And there we have it. Really happy with that. Right, now the only kind of problem is I cannot change the mileage. Now the reason I would like to change that, well, the original mileage on the shell of my Corsa is like 60,000, it's really low. And obviously when the engine conversion was done, the original electronic Speedo could not be used for whatever reason. So whoever did the conversion before Sean installed the cable Speedo, which has the incorrect mileage on it, as you can probably see. And as you can see, the mileage on this Speedo is incorrect, it's like 27,000. Regardless, the MOT history will back up the mileage on that car, no problem. So even this mileage being incorrect, it's like not really a mental problem. You know, the Speedo does one job and that's really it, to be honest. Right, that is it in, and I am really, really happy. Looks so much better, and it just reminds me of my old 1.6 Sport that I used to own years ago. Now, there's another problem which I've just realised. There's like two screws which obviously kind of like, secure the kind of bit here. I forgot to put them on. It's fine though by the looks of things. I mean, nothing's moving about, so you can't really notice it, but regardless, really, really happy with that. So that about wraps up this video. Like I said, my uploads aren't going to be very frequent because I'm just so busy at the moment, and you know, it is what it is, and I'm really tired, so I'm probably going to go for a wee nap. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys in the next video.